Hello everyone, I'm Ditta from Ditta Reads, and today I wanted to talk about The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black because I've read it and it was a new release and I was very excited about it. Now I want to talk about it. That sounds a bit like a thing I would do, wouldn't I? So maybe you're first wondering what the story is about, because it being a new release at all, you might have just missed that part or something, so I'm trying to tell a little bit about the story, which isn't my strongest part, but we'll just go ahead. So we've got a story and it takes place in the city, place, village, I don't know how to call it, called Fairfold. And it's a place where humans and Fae live side by side. And that can be really wonderful because they've got magic, and a lot of tourists go there because of that, but it's also dangerous. And our main characters, Hazel and Ben, really know how dangerous Fae can be, because when they were little, they even know how to defeat the Fae. But time has passed and they are like your average teenagers, except that they aren't, obviously, because who really is? But there's a lot more going on with them. But the main attraction of Fairfold is this horned boy in a glass coffin who has been asleep for ages, and like all the tourists go there and take selfies with him, which is a really nice touch, by the way. I really like that aspect. But suddenly he wakes up. He is gone, and a lot of stuff is going on. And of course, our main characters got something to do with it all. And that's actually where the story is about. And I don't want to tell more about it because I might accidentally spoil it. It is really exciting, and yeah, that's basically what the story is about. I have to say that I really liked the story, what was going on. It was a really nice story, and I really liked our main characters. I think Hazel was a really nice character, but I also really liked Ben, who is her brother, and I really like it when our characters are a bit more diverse, and they were from this non-traditional like family, which was also very interesting to read about. So I did really like our set of main characters, and the story was about Fae. And I have to say I didn't read any Fae books before, and I did read fantasy books or other paranormal books, but I haven't read any Fae books before. And I have to say that I did really enjoy it, even though I always hear kind of a negative thing about these kinds of books. So I don't know if it's just that this book is so good or that I just kind of like it, but I have to say that I did really like it in this book. So that's great. I did like the whole Fae aspect in this book. And I have to say, in the story, I also love how Holly Black can create this world where you have fantasy elements and you have like the real world where people go to places to take selfies, and you have technology and just all those things that you can recognize our world with, that they are also in our fantasy worlds, which I think is really great because they make the worlds very believable, even though they are fantasy, and it makes it feel more real, even though obviously fantasy books can be real. I also like how this book makes you very curious. In some ways it's like a mystery and you've got to find out what is happening in the story, and that's really exciting because, when I'm really wondering a lot about a book, then I'm also more invested with the characters and everything that's going on. So that's a really good point. And it also has a bit of a more darker feel about it, which maybe isn't that weird. Maybe it's a bit obvious because it's called The Darkest Part of the Forest. So maybe, that it got a bit of a dark feeling is totally, it was to be expected, but it did have a kind of dark feeling. It wasn't scary exactly or anything, but, a bit of a darker feeling, which was also really nice. I just got like this very nice bit of a darker, excited, curious feeling while reading this book, and that's very, very, very good. I did really enjoy that. So that was definitely one of the good points, the way the book made me feel, and that was something I was very happy about. I very much enjoyed the writing style in this book. For example, the pacing in the book in the beginning was a bit slower, but it really helped me get getting into the story, getting to know the fantasy elements or normal world elements, and to get to know the characters a bit more before really diving into the story. And when the diving into the story did happen, the pacing also went up, which I think is very pleasant because I like a bit more of a fast-paced book. Also, I really enjoyed the writing style, and I have to say that the story was a really nice story, and I think Holly Black is great at making standalone books. I also read The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, and I think that was a great standalone. And yet again, we have another standalone by Holly Black, The Darkest Part of the Forest. And I really enjoy it. It's just like a real standalone. It doesn't need another book. And I think that's really good for a book to achieve. That's just, you know, its own story. It doesn't need anything else. And it has like an ending that was very satisfying for me. And it wrapped it nicely up. So that's really good. So in short, The Darkest Part in the Forest is a great book about fairies. Something I had never read about before, but I thought it was absolutely amazing. And once more, Holly Black proves she can write great standalone novels. First there was The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, which I absolutely loved. And now there is The Darkest Part in the Forest, which I also really love. And it is just amazing. I love the characters. I love Ben. I love Hazel. They were maybe not your usual characters, which I think is really great. And the story got me a great feeling, which I really like about stories because I like it when they make me feel good or make me feel stuff. And this book made me feel stuff, so that's very good. I also like the writing style and the plot line, and it was amazing. So overall, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, but I mean it's because Goodreads, you know, but actually it is more of a 4.5 star book. So 4.5 stars for me for The Darkest Part in the Forest. So that was almost everything I wanted to say. I do want to say one last time that I really like The Darkest Part of the Forest, and I really admire Holly Black for writing a book like this. And if you read it or you liked it or anything, I want to know what you thought about the book. Or if you haven't read it yet, or maybe you're still wondering if you want to read it, please say something about it in the comments or just check it out because it is really good and I'm really curious what you guys think. But this was my review video book talk thing. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like this video or maybe subscribe to my channel, then there will be more of me. I hope you have a great day, enjoy life and be happy. Goodbye!